Yeah, you used to have to kill like 60. Like, I want to say it was like 60 trolls in this zone. It was like quite crazy the amount of shit you had to kill here. But in classic questing style, like, those are the ones that you wanted. You kill a bunch of shit and turn it in for lots of experience. It's not fun, it's not interesting, it's not exciting, but it'll get you to where you need to go level / experience wise. Man, that is so lame. I would have dinged from turning all these in. Such a shame, isn't it? Waste of my time now. Gamarita, man. There she is. She's a biggin. Aye.
It's too far away.
Gamarita, man. I also need to be picking up, bottles of port and starboard. The turtles are ready for a treat. I'd never been, like, I've never watched, like, a David Attenborough thing before, but it got recommended to me on YouTube. And, it's true, the dude from Abroad in Japan does try to sound like him a lot, it feels like. Honey, my sweetie pie. What, my baby? The turtles have a peculiar pattern of destroying their foes by simply being too tanky. Oh my goodness, you are being so adorable, my sweetie. Yes, you are. Yeah, Queen Gertrude's laying on top of my hands. You can't really see her, though. I need more port and starboard. Lard doesn't give us lost his lunch anymore. Well, if he did, I didn't see him, and I didn't technically go through the inn to see if he was in there. Don't know if someone else gives it. Oh, my sweetie, you're such a cutie pie. You're my honey. Who's my honey? Oh, old Ironback.
I need to get closer. I'm out of range.
Hi, my sweetie. Oh, okay, it's gonna be here forever trying to dispel all that shit. Well, my baby, what's the matter? What's the matter with my honey? Well, my sweetie, you're such a pretty girl. Yeah, she has a doctor's appointment tomorrow. Like I said, man, we had to make tough choices. And poor Reaver had to walk just so the Queen Gertrude could run, you know? And she was much younger than him. She's not even a full year old yet. She'll be a year old on my birthday, as a matter of fact. So we had to consciously make the choice for giving her medical care. Gamarita man. Yeah, methinks it's time to pull out the old void form. Like I said, you just ran around and killed a lot of shit for like 3 hours and then you were done with the zone. It wasn't the most exciting thing ever, but it got the job done for lots of people. Don't I have a dispel disease? I thought I did.
I don't have a target. I need a
Well, that's
target.
fine. Okay, so we're done with that. We need to kill dwarves. Need to use the drums on our allies. Let me just pull those drums out. Unless they fixed it to where I can just right-click my allies. Oh, cool. That's really nice. You come get the voodoo. Who haven't I used it on? Haven't used it on you. You come get the voodoo. Yeah, I haven't done this in many years. Lesser healing wave. Oh no, my dear. That's not happening. Oh, I'm still in void form. This... I mean, everybody knows that chain lightning does reduce damage beyond targets, so beyond the first 2 targets or whatever, so... Yeah, I got hit by it, but wasn't as bad as it could have been. Everybody knows that that's how chain lightning works. Not in Skyrim, though. Chain lightning is actually a pretty sweet spell in Skyrim. Haven't done a mage playthrough in that game in a long time. Okay, these guys are done. Now I need to kill the named mob in this camp. This bottle. I can see through the walls. Done and done. Where's my M button? There it is. Okay, well, I can go do Shadra and the spider thing, and then turn that in and then fly over to Reventusk, I guess. But I'm sure this is an Alliance quest hub, so I don't want to be anywhere near there. Yeah, for people who don't know, Queen Gertrude is she's still technically a kitten. She won't be an adult for another month. Huh, sweetie. Here's my sweetie. Like I said, I found her on my birthday. I rescued her. I heard a kitten crying outside my window, and she was on the wall next to my car. Her eyes were covered in gunk. She couldn't see. She somehow knew I was there, but she couldn't see me. She was like John Cena. But she somehow knew I was there. Here's this. Is there another quest I should be doing here? I don't think so. Oh. I don't know if the Venom bottles thing is still a quest. Like, probably not. Oh, my sweetie. Honey, I can't see. Hate when I get an unlucky instacast proc because then it like messes with the global cooldown. Don't see any Venom bottles here. That was usually a quest that you had to do. And you would just randomly find it. But here, let me turn this into these dudes over here and get their follow-ups. There used to be a quest called Sprinkle Secret Ingredient that you would pick up in Teneris and you would come here and do. Here at the center, I think it's called Valorwind Lake. There'd be a mushroom that you'd have to pick up. Called like Violet something or other. Terra Grew Violet something. Still might be here after all these years. Yep, there it is. You know, it would be interesting if they just moved Sprinkle over here. And it was part of the Noggenfogger Elixir quest chain. There are more troll... Let me go see if there's a Venom bottle over there. Part of me feels like I should check. I don't think there will be, but just on the off chance. One of these days, like if there's a server that's like really like dead on Classic Hero, I'll go through and do a Classic run. But with, you know, the Classic bros... Yeah, these bottles right here, you used to be able to pick them up and they would be a quest. They're keeping interest in that version of the game alive by using FOMO and their questing guides to make people want to play the game again. and they're like coming out with hardcore servers, so that's the only reason why the guide bros are playing the game even, is because they're making sure that their questing guides are up to date, because, you know, old games that are exploitable are like cash cows to these people.
What now?
What the?
Speak quickly. Goodbye.
6 hidden victims at Creeping Ruins.
Victory for Sylvanas.
Collect a Fang of Shadra from the Creeping Ruins. Anybody else have a quest to give? She tried so hard to live. Increasing the initial damage of Devouring Plague by 75% and damage of Mind Sear by 20%. So more Mind Sear damage is always good. And Devouring Plague damage is also good as well. That's our main spender. That's our main single target spender, I should say. But the talent setup I've chosen is more of an AoE talent setup. Like, even then, right, like, I've taken pretty much, like, every available talent, almost. Just, I haven't taken these outside ones. Like, this one is more focused on Coalescing Shadows. Increasing the chance you to gain Coalesce. So this is, like, the Coalescing Shadow path. And here, Vampiric Touch, Devouring Plague makes your mind. So this is, like, Mind Spike damage. Which in turn, Mind Blast and Mind Spike crits give you more insanity. So this is like a Mind Spike centered build over here. While you have Shadow Word, Pain, Devouring Plague, and Vampiric Touch active on the same target, your Mind Blast deals 20% more damage. Mind Blast has a 10% chance to make your next Devouring Plague or Mind Sear cost no insanity. Idol of Yogg-Saron. After conjuring Shadow Ray Apparitions, gain a stack of Idol of Yogg-Saron, 25 stacks to summon a thing from beyond. This is my last one that I picked. I really thought it was a cool talent. Increases damage out by Shadow Word Death by 13%. Shadow Word Death deals 30% of its damage to all targets affected by your Shadow Word Pain within 40 yards. So this turns Shadow Word Death into AoE, so I'm probably going to pick up this talent next. 2 points into Pain of Death and Mind Devour, and then maybe Idol of Yogg-Saron to finish this off. I don't know how well I'm going to be able to pull things in Dragonflight. Like how... what's the word I'm looking for? How feasible multi-target build is going to be in that one. Okay, like, you need to fuck off, man. I cannot... casters. Bane of my fucking existence, man. Tell them I hate them. Can't even one-shot one of these webbed victims. Yeah, these venom spitters. Fang of Shadra. Yeah, I don't know if I should put my dots on these clowns or... Oh yeah, that worked pretty good. That's a pretty neat talent, I like it. It makes putting Vampiric Touch on other targets easier. That's done. Question is, I mean, I guess we're technically closer, and once we're done doing all these quests, we'll fly over to Reventusk and turn in all these other ones. Yeah, 50 to 60 feels like it's gonna slow down a bit. We're only 51, yeah. Like, we could have gone through Shadowlands, but I'm good in Shadowlands leveling right now. We did a lot of that. And, like, these aren't bad. Hinterlands isn't too bad. Like, it's... I complain that it's hella boring, right? Like, it's boring to stream questing in Hinterlands because the quests are, like, mind-numbingly boring.
And you are.
Shell of Shadra. Anything else? Knowing what happens to Shadra is kind of sad. Do they give me a quest to do anything in this area? I feel like all these quests are going to send me over here to Jinthal lore, so... I don't know. The only quest that you would do here in the olden days was, you would find one of those venom bottles. And then that was a hidden quest. You just, you didn't know that it existed. And you would take that to somebody in Terran Mill. You would take it to him. And then he'd ask you to bring him like an unblemished venom sac from a spider. And you had a certain amount of time to do it before, like, it's spoiled or whatever. And that was just like a bonus quest for you to do. And there was also some, not here, but in Shadra lore. Sorry, I'm like talking about the wrong area. We're not in Shadra lore. Shadra lore's over here. But that lady used to drop something called the Hammer of something or other. Maybe it was the Hammer of Zul, but it was a hammer that you needed for a quest in Zul'Farrak, which was a very popular dungeon in Classic era, just because it was relatively fast, I guess. There were a lot of quests to do in it, and it had good gear, I think. You could get epic drop in there, a set of swords.
Farewell.
Anybody else got quests for me? Speak now or hold your peace. But you would come here, get a spider sack, deliver that also to the person in... oh, what you call it? There has to be a quest here. I feel like we did more stuff here. Is there like a hidden quest giver around here? Like, part of me feels like there is. It's gonna drive me up the wall. I could have sworn there was more stuff that we did here. Maybe it's an alliance only thing. Like, I have this nagging feeling that there's more stuff to do here. Maybe it was like this in actual Kata, but I feel like there was a quest giver. But there used to be some dude on these steps, and it was part of another quest called the Atalai Exile. Okay, so here it is. We turn the quest in here, and then we have to kill Shadra herself. Or spawn of Shadra. It's not really Shadra because Shadra gets killed by somebody else in BFA. I forget the name of the lady. High Priestess Atina or some shit. It's not Atina, but... you know, I guess we have to, you know, it's Shadra, even though Shadra's alive. This isn't canon anymore. Certainly not. Definitely not canon anymore. Because again, we didn't kill Shadra. One of the advisors to King Rastakhan actually kills her and absorbs her essence. And this was before we were allies with the Zandalari trolls, obviously. We just killed their spider god. Little bit of messy, you know, they retcon everything else, but they didn't retcon this. They should have just, like, Spawn of Shadra, or, like, Shadra's daughter or something. They could have, like literally said that she was anybody else. As to make it, you know, 135 cloth. Well, that's an upgrade. Make it not like, Mind Blast, Mind Flame, just as the cooldown of Mind Games. That's fine. Oh, I can just fly. And I should fly. Because it's way less time.
I'm listening.
Show me where I can fly. Thank you. You know, I can't turn in those quests anymore. Well, I should just abandon them, even though it pains me so much to do this. Waste of time. We're probably not going to do Western Plainlands. So that was... I mean, it's not a waste to pick that up, but... The Jinthil lore quest should get us to where we need to be. In terms of level, if it doesn't, then we'll do Western Plagueland for as much as we need, but I'd be really surprised if this didn't, like, give us enough levels. We're going to be turning in a lot of quests here. Again, this is no heirlooms, so I don't have increased rested experience. I'm not using war mode because I hate war mode and I refuse to use it. So this is not technically a speed run, it's like speed leveling.
Stay away from them.
Got another mask, 139 versus 145. It's just worse. Do you have a quest? You do have a quest. I'm assuming it's Lard lost his lunch. I didn't pick it up because I'm a dummy. It's still on that island, yes. I should have, you know, I should have double checked that he had the stupid quest. Oh my god. I'm just gonna hearth as soon as I pick up his stupid lunch. I had a feeling, but I didn't go in the the old-fashioned way of climbing up. I flew up there, so we should have done this while we did all these other quests. And that was my fault 100% for not double checking that he was in there. Quite bad, quite bad. And there used to be a quest called Lines of Communication that you would do. And you would kill... You'd collect, like, these communication, like... What would you even call them? Like, missives? And you'd have to kill high elves. This was before we were allied with the blood elves. But even then, they're not blood elves, they're high elves. Remember, all blood elves are high elves, not all high elves are blood elves. Just ideological differences. But this should have been done while we were doing those other quests. Leave that alone. The high priest wants that ogre's lunch. For whatever reason, and then used to this quest was really hard to solo for some classes just because it would summon 3 dudes. You just have to kill one of them and loot the lunchbox from him, but killing him, you know, killing 3 dudes or CCing 2 of them and killing 1 was difficult depending on what class you did it on. Again, speedrunners for this game only play warriors, rogues, mages, warlocks, and hunters. So, literally everything that I didn't list would probably have a hard time